Welcome to the Risk Wheelhouse, the podcast where we navigate the ever-changing seas of risk management and technology. Join your hosts, Ori Wellington and Sam Jones, as they steer you through the latest trends, insights, and strategies shaping the future of integrated risk management. Ready to chart a course towards success? Hop aboard and let's set sail into today's deep dive.
Okay, get ready because today we are diving headfirst into the world of risk management.
Diving right in.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
We are going to uncover how exactly companies are transforming uncertainty into a strategic advantage.
Yeah.
And, here's the interesting part. This isn't something that might happen years down the road.
Right.
This is happening right now as we speak.
Absolutely. And it's fascinating to see how rapidly our whole concept of risk is changing.
Yeah.
We're moving away from this mindset of just trying to avoid threats. And instead, we're seeing this really interesting shift towards actively using risk to create value.
So are you saying that companies are getting better at spotting these problems, these potential problems, before they even arise?
Yes, precisely. And it's not always easy. This KPMG report that you shared really highlights this. It says that 61% of executives are basically bracing themselves for this massive surge in risk levels in the coming years.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot.
It is. It really is.
With AI, global instability, ESG, feels like a lot for companies to juggle all at once.
It's a lot to keep track of, for sure.
It is.
But here's the thing. This report also emphasizes that these companies, they're not panicking.
Okay, so then what are they doing differently? How are they approaching this?
That's the really interesting part, I think. Instead of being overwhelmed by all of this, these companies are actually seeing this as a golden opportunity.
An opportunity.
Yeah, an opportunity. What they're realizing is that a really smart, strategic approach to risk can actually be what sets them apart from everyone else.
Okay, so it's not just about playing defense anymore.
No, not at all.
You're saying that they're using what they know about what could go wrong to make better decisions and ultimately get ahead.
You got it. It's about moving from being reactive to proactive, turning potential threats into, like I said, strategic advantages.
I see. And this report keeps mentioning this term, integrated risk management.
Yeah.
Or IRM.
IRM, that's right.
They say that 68% of companies believe that integrating their risk management systems is key.
Yeah.
For making better decisions.
Absolutely.
But what does that even mean? Break that down for me a little.
Yeah, you've hit on a really crucial point because, there's a big difference between knowing something is important and actually putting it into practice, right?
Right.
So while a lot of companies see the value in IRM, less than half, only 46% actually think that they're doing it well.
So how do they close that gap then? What does good IRM actually look like on the ground, in action?
I think the first step is moving away from these siloed risk management practices.
Okay.
Imagine trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle, but you're only allowed to look at one piece at a time.
Right.
Doesn't really work, does it? You need to see the whole picture.
Yeah.
You need to see how everything connects.
Understand how it all fits together.
Exactly. And that's where a robust framework like the IRM Navigator can be so valuable.
Oh.
It helps organizations connect the dots between these different risk areas, like operational risks or technological risks, compliance risks.
Instead of just focusing on one type of risk at a time, you're saying businesses need to be looking at the bigger picture.
Yes.
And see how all these different risks overlap and affect one another.
Exactly, because ultimately that's what integrated risk management is all about.
Okay.
It's about getting a complete view of an organization's risk landscape.
Makes sense.
So they can make smarter decisions and be much more agile.
That makes a lot of sense.
In responding to new challenges.
This is really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it is.
But how are companies actually putting this into practice? What's the secret sauce?
Well, a major shift that we're seeing is the use of technology, especially AI.
Okay.
And more specifically, generative AI.
Okay.
And I think it's important to understand that this goes beyond just automating tasks.
Right.
It's about using the power of AI to gain a much deeper understanding of potential risks and make more informed decisions as a result.
AI seems to be everywhere these days.
It does, doesn't it?
For someone who might not be as tech savvy, could you explain how it's used in this context? What's the big deal with generative AI?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. AI is having a major moment.
It is.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
In the context of risk management, it's almost like having this superpower assistant helping you connect the dots. Let's say you're managing a risk for this big company.
Right.
You have to think about everything.
Yeah.
Potential disruptions to your supply chain, cybersecurity threats, you've got regulatory changes,
right.
Even things like natural disasters.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It sounds overwhelming, yeah. How can AI help with all of that?
So that's where generative AI comes in.
Okay.
Which is the specific type of AI that's really good at spotting patterns.
Right.
And then making predictions from massive amounts of data.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Imagine trying to predict the weather.
Okay.
But you're trying to do it by looking at, decades of temperature readings.
Right.
Wind patterns, satellite images.
Wow.
All at the same time.
That's a lot.
It would be impossible for us to process all of that.
Right.
But AI can do it really fast.
So AI can basically see the bigger picture.
Yes.
In a way that humans can't.
Exactly.
But how does that actually translate into managing risk? Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's take supply chains.
Okay.
Let's say a company is trying to figure out
right.
how risky their supply chain is.
Right.
AI can look at data from all over the place.
Okay.
News reports, social media, weather forecasts.
Wow, okay.
Even shipping crafting patterns
right.
to find potential problems before they even happen.
So it's like having a heads up.
Exactly.
Before things go wrong.
It might pick up on signs of political instability somewhere that's producing your goods.
Right.
Or maybe a hurricane.
Right.
That's going to disrupt shipping.
Okay, so you can get ahead of it.
Exactly.
And make different decisions before it even becomes a problem.
You got it.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's powerful stuff.
Are you ready to see risk management in action? At Wheelhouse Advisors, we've launched a new YouTube channel dedicated to integrated risk management. You'll find quick explainers, insights from our IRM Navigator research reports, highlights from the Risk Journal, and conversations from the Risk Wheelhouse podcast. We're covering the topics that matter most to executives and risk leaders, from AI governance and cyber insurance to operational resilience and regulatory change. Every video is designed to help you anticipate risks, adapt with confidence, and build resilience in a digital-first world. In our first video, we explain how ISO 42001, the EU AI Act, and the NIST AI Risk Management Framework can work together as a unified playbook for AI risk. Subscribe today at youtube.com/@wheelhouseadv and get the latest insights delivered directly to you. That's youtube.com/@wheelhouseadv. Subscribe now and stay ahead of the risks that matter most.
It is.
And we're just scratching the surface.
Really?
It's not just about identifying those risks, though, right?
Right. What about actually managing them, mitigating the risks?
Exactly. And AI is crucial for that, too.
Really?
Imagine a system that's always on, looking for risks.
Okay.
And it finds one.
Right.
It can even tell you the better way to handle it. Based on what's worked before, what it predicts might happen.
Wow. So it's like having this, crystal ball almost.
In a way, yes.
That can kind of...
It can see ahead a little bit.
See what's coming and then say, hey,
yeah,
this is how to handle it.
You got it.
That's incredible.
It's next level stuff.
It really is.
And this ties back to what we were talking about earlier.
What's that?
The IRM Navigator.
Okay, right.
Remember that framework?
Right.
It's all about bringing things together.
Okay.
Not just recognizing that risks are connected, but actually having a system to manage them that way.
Right, so it gives you a way to actually implement it.
Yeah, a roadmap
Yeah.
and AI. That's the engine that makes it all work, makes it efficient, accurate.
Okay, so the IRM Navigator is like the blueprint.
Yeah, I like that, the blueprint.
And AI gives you the tools
to
actually make it happen.
But we can't forget about us.
What do you mean?
Humans, we're still important.
Okay.
AI is a game changer, no doubt.
Right.
But it's not about replacing us.
Okay.
It's about giving us a boost.
Okay.
Think of AI as like a co-pilot.
Okay.
Gives you the info, suggestions. Yeah. But you, the human, you're still the pilot.
So it's a partnership, not a replacement.
100%.
That makes sense.
What do you think is something that humans are still better at than AI?
That's a really good question. there are a lot of things that humans are still better at than AI, especially when it comes to this world of risk management. There are a lot of things that humans are still better at than AI, especially when it comes to this world of risk management.
For sure. Even in the age of AI, there are some things you just can't program.
Like what?
Intuition, that gut feeling,
okay,
ethical judgment, or being able to make a decision when you don't have all the information.
Right, which happens all the time.
All the time.
In the real world.
Exactly. And those are the strengths that we as humans bring to risk management.
So it's all about finding that balance, right?
I think so.
Using AI's strengths.
Yes.
But then also relying on human experience.
Absolutely, because AI might be great at data and seeing those patterns, but it's human intelligence that can understand the context.
That makes sense.
The nuances.
Right, all the things that aren't just numbers, essentially.
Exactly. And those things, those are essential for effective risk management.
They are, and this has been a fascinating deep dive.
It has been.
Into the world of risk transformation.
Lots to think about.
It really is. So much, and we've talked about how the risk landscape is changing.
Right, it's not what it used to be.
It's not. And this idea of integrated risk management.
Bringing it all together.
Yes, exactly. And then, of course, the role of AI.
Can't forget about AI.
I can't. It's everywhere.
It is.
But before we wrap things up,
Sure.
I did want to get your take on something.
Yeah.
This KPMG report, it really emphasizes this idea that companies are changing how they see risk.
In what way?
Instead of thinking of it as something to avoid,
Right.
they're starting to see it as, get this, a potential advantage.
An advantage? Wow.
Yeah.
That is a bold statement.
It is a bold statement. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
In what way?
Think about it. Companies that are really good at spotting risks, figuring them out, managing them,
Okay.
they're in a much better place to seize those opportunities.
Because they can see things that other companies don't.
Exactly. They can be bolder, more innovative, and they can adapt more quickly when things change.
It's like they're not afraid to take calculated risks because they have a system in place.
Precisely. By understanding and embracing risk, companies can really open up these new avenues for growth and for innovation.
That is interesting. So it's not about being reckless.
No, not at all.
That's about really understanding those risks and using them in a strategic way.
You got it. It's about developing something called risk intelligence.
Risk intelligence. I like that.
Which means you don't just understand each risk in isolation.
Right. It's not just a checklist.
No, it's about seeing the connections between them.
And how they might change.
Exactly.
That's a lot to keep in mind.
It is.
Well, this has been incredibly insightful.
Glad to hear that.
If we were to take everything we've talked about today,
all this risk talk,
yeah, and boil it down to one key takeaway for our listeners,
okay,
what would it be?
I would say, remember that how businesses deal with risk is changing dramatically.
Okay.
The old ways, just reacting to things, keeping everything separate.
Right, that's not cutting it anymore.
Not at all. The future belongs to those who embrace this idea of risk intelligence.
Okay.
Leverage AI.
Of course.
And make integrated risk management central to how they make decisions.
Well, it's not just about weathering the storm.
It's about learning to ride those waves.
And coming out stronger on the other side.
Exactly. Turn that uncertainty into opportunity.
I love it. And on that note, here's a final thought for everyone listening.
Okay, hit us with it.
If risk truly is an opportunity, what are the hidden risks in your industry, in what you do every day, that might actually hold the key to unlocking some untapped potential? Think about that. And that's it for today's deep dive into the world of risk transformation. We'll see you next time.
That wraps up another episode of the Risk Wheelhouse. Thank you for spending time with us at Wheelhouse Advisors today. We hope you found the conversation insightful and actionable for your organization's risk strategies. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon Music. If you're looking for more in-depth analysis and thought leadership on risk technology, be sure to visit the Risk Tech Journal at therisktechjournal.com. It's your go-to source for comprehensive articles, expert interviews, and the latest trends shaping the industry. Subscribe today to stay informed. For any inquiries or feedback, please contact us directly at info@wheelhouseadvisors.com, or feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn and x.com and share your thoughts or suggestions for future topics. Visit wheelhouseadvisors.com for more information and resources. Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, navigate wisely.